you repeat this mantra for yourself. I am capable of achieving all my dreams. Do not allow yourself to hold thoughts, beliefs, old patterns, mental addictions that isn't in your highest interest. And this is not about being selfish, which is another pattern and limiting belief that many people, most women, hold within themselves. Trust and believe and know that when you follow your bliss, what lights you up, when you stay honest with yourself, that will benefit those you love and those you are here to serve. Welcome to The Rise Show, a podcast for highly driven and spiritual women with big ideas, dreams, and visions. Audacious women just like you, who are committed to their evolution and obsessed about all things personal growth, spirituality, manifestation, and feminine embodiment. I'm your host, Nathalie Banaszak, feminine success and branding coach, and I'm here to support you on your journey and path of expansion. I know you're ready for so much more. Permission granted to go for greatness, your wildest desires, and the most radiant and full expression of the brand called you. Are you ready? Let's begin. What do you want? As in, what do you truly, truly want and desire? If there was nothing holding you back, how would you then live and lead your life? Who would you be and what would you do? A client recently asked, but how do I know what's my truth? That's a very good question. Your answer to my question of what do you want, your honest answer, that's your higher truth. And that's why we always start with vision, knowing what you want. It sounds like the most simple thing, but it's so crucial. It's fundamental. It's where everything starts. Having clarity on what you want gives you direction. It helps you set meaningful goals that's aligned with your vision, not someone else's. So let's begin with speaking about desire. Not only desire, I'm going to say everything starts with a burning desire. You know, that thing within your heart that keeps calling your name? That's the honest answer of you at the question, what do I truly want? And it's very easy that we block ourselves with, oh, that's just too grand. Like, I'm too far away. How would that even be possible? So this is a major block that stops most of us from dreaming big, because we look at our current circumstances and we let that dictate what we believe is possible for us. Do not do that. You need to allow yourself to go to the grand vision. Small dreams don't really have that magic. So what's your relationship with your deepest desires? Have you even allowed yourself to go there? And most often when we are on a path of growth and evolution, our dreams and desires, they will grow and expand and change as we do. So let's begin with where we normally start. Let's look into the definition and meaning of desire, and in this case, burning desire. So if you have a burning interest in something, a burning desire to do something, that means you are extremely interested and you are invested in it. You are very, very invested in whatever it is that you say that you want to do, have. This is very different for everyone because your dream, it belongs to you. Know that whatever your dream is, it would not have been planted within you if you did not hold the power within you to carry them through and make them reality. You can always lean back to this truth. Your dreams were planted within you for a reason. They belong to you. Now let that sink in. From a coaching perspective, we always start also with how much do you want it? we explore and investigate if it is a burning desire. Meaning, is it a nice to have for you or is it a must have? Whatever it is that we say that we want, we need to make that thing important enough. That's when we know that you will show up. And that's obviously the reason why we speak so much about the power of why. The bigger why, the reason, the meaning for why you're doing what you're doing. And the question I ask my clients this always, and I use this question for myself also to explore what the option would be if you perhaps might feel like, oh, this is too big. Then I'm asking you, what's the option? Can you not do it? It's not having it. It's not being it. It's not doing it. Is that even an option? Because if it's not, then you can stop to talk yourself out of whatever it is that you truly desire. So in this context, let's speak about the power of decision. This will be an episode or maybe even many episodes coming further on, because this is also where it starts. So, okay, you say that you want this. Well, have you made the decision that you're going for it? And know that it is about deeply knowing all the reasons behind your decision. And this is, again, your why. Why is it a must for you? This must be so integrated with you as your why that nothing will stop you. Meaning, whenever you do face setbacks, obstacles, challenges, and oh my love, the delays, because they will come. And then you will be fueled by your vision and by the empowered decision that you've made, that you're going for it. Meaning, failure, quote unquote, is not an option. It means that if everything does not go exactly according to plan, which most likely it won't, it means that you won't wobble. You will not go back and forth. No talking yourself out of the thing that you say you want. How about becoming a yes woman? So to summarize this introduction, how bad do you desire what you say that you want on a scale 1 to 10? Now, if I'm with a client and she would say anything that's below a 10, I would follow up and ask, how come you don't make it a 10? We do this to explore what stands in between. And this is obviously when we get to unpack the limiting beliefs that prevents us from going for it. Whatever it is that we hold within ourselves that's keeping us from going for the thing that we say that we really want. And when we are deeply integrated with our desires and the visions and the goals that we've set up, we set and establish and follow a no excuses policy. So it's about being resourceful. It's about being flexible and yet relentless, meaning show up every day for what you say you want. Now, it might sound now like I have a very masculine approach to this. I'm saying it's a masterful blend of masculine energy and the feminine. Remember, I said we stay flexible, meaning that we might set up a plan, but we stay flexible to the flow of life and what shows up on the path. So let's start with getting radically honest. That's what we need to do. That's where we need to go if we say that we want to be aligned. Look into every single area of your life. I mean, we could go into your personal life, your business career, your relationships, your sense of community, your health and fitness, your spirituality, connection to yourself, to a higher power, your creative expression, your accomplishments. There are so many areas to look into. And depending on where you are at, where can we go? What area is it where, meaning if you would go there and allow a shift to take place there, what would create ripples on effects on, or do you say in, every other single area of your life. So when you go into your desire and sitting with this, what do I truly want? Now, I visit this question myself often. So you need to be specific and you need to be generous towards yourself enough to be able to ask for more. Remember that the universe is not on a budget. You can only observe nature to see abundance. Train your mind and brain and consciousness to see abundance. This is when we are leaping into the unapologetic art of dreaming big. Again, the small dreams have no magic. And when I say small dreams, it's not a matter of size. I speak about small or big dreams in the context of, will they make you stretch? Will they make you grow as you embark on this path of becoming the woman you need to be, have that? So here is my encouragement. To be a wildly empowered woman, we do not select. We do not settle for anything less than we say that we truly want. Why would we ever be interested in anything else than tense in our lives? And again, apply this to all of your life. Love, wellness, business, finances. Who do you desire to work with? What are the characteristics of your dream partner? How do you want your home to look like? What's the fundamentals of your life? What lights you up from within? Now, allowing yourself to fully go there or not is directly linked to your sense of intrinsic worthiness, believing that, hey, I am worthy of receiving everything that my heart desires. Worthiness is a topic that's so major, so it will be for another episode. But just to invite you to take that into the conversation as well. Do you, and I'm not only saying here on a level of conscious, do you on all levels, subconsciously as well, truly believe that you are worthy of having or being or doing that thing that lives within you or not? Because if the inner little girl doesn't feel that, if that program still lives within you, there still needs to be healing. And I have not yet met a woman who don't have healing to do when it has to do with reprogramming our belief systems. This is a forever work. So when we speak about the art of dreaming big, it is about asking yourself, how good and magical am I willing to let life get? What would your best life look like? And this is also something that can sound quite cliche. I am bringing power into that question. Seriously, we have been privileged enough to be on this earth, to experience life. And what do you want your journey and ride to be like? So allow yourself to be amazed and dazzled by the divine. Because at the end of the day, what could be possible for you and me and us as a collective if we would really, really align our hearts and minds into potential, possibility, opportunity, compared to limiting ourselves in any sense? So this is intentional work. It starts from within, and we always come back to it's about becoming a vibrational match to what you deeply desire. So then, of course, in order to become a perfect vibrational fit for what you deeply desire, well, how would you be able to know what that vibe is if you don't have crystal clarity from the beginning? Again, knowing what you truly want. So when I ask someone, let me take the question again. What do you want? Let me repeat. What do you truly want? If you allow yourself to sit with this, it is a deep transformational question. So to summarize, it is about getting on the same frequency as what you desire in your vision. And this is your work. It is our work of a lifetime. So Get curious about your potential. Get curious about those desires you have within you because they say something about you. They represent something. And now we're again back to creating a new identity. Feminine, intentional identity creation. And this is not about deleting who you are or having it go into a story about, oh goodness, I'm not good enough as I am. Not at all. What we're really doing is that we're clearing your energetic field from everything that is not truly you, meaning old low vibe story, limiting beliefs, old programming and conditioning. That's not really yours. It's about you allowing yourself to take on the identity of the woman you most want to be. She, hashtag, who already lives the vision that you dream of. So this is about allowing ourselves to vibrate higher. Speak and be about nothing else than what is your vibration of that thing you desire. Whatever it is that you see in your mind's eye. You know, your dream life. Whenever I go into a visionary session with a client, it's this epic transformational journey where we can go deep and we go deeper and we go deeper. We go so deep so that you experience the emotional state of already being that woman, having that thing, doing that thing. And that's when you are already a perfect vibrational fit for that thing you say that you desire. So for us who are here together on the path of exploring our potential and, our highest truth, it means, well, in the work I do, that not being honest to ourselves or trying to run away from what we truly want, that's not even loving. You know what's really, really loving? It's about being honest towards yourself. And in order to get radically honest, we need to look at what is. And again, this is not to judge ourselves or to be hard on ourselves if we find out that, you know what, I'm currently hanging out a lot in emotional states and vibrations that does not really align with my vision. Again, I will repeat myself forever. Fantastic. If you are willing to go there, that's the first step. Self-awareness means that we need to go there. And then the whole question is about what we're going to do with the information that we're collecting. So there are so many different levels of vibration. Imagine the difference compared to having a default of living in stress, that tension in your body, compared to having it as a default to live in a vibration of clarity of who you are, what you want, where you're going, what you stand for, what you represent. Now, this is a completely different way of being, living, and leading our lives. This is something you're going to hear me say, maybe in every single episode. But, if you recognize what I'm saying now, fantastic. Because mastery, at the end of the day, it's about repetition. It's about allowing ourselves to integrate and implement the knowledge that we're gathering. So our emotional states that live within our nervous system, these patterns create thoughts, which creates a positive or a negative loop. And I say positive, negative here, loop in the context of being honest with what you want. And most of us do not want consciously to live in stress, fear, and, desperation. We intend and most often have internal goals of the emotional states where we want to live and lead and be. So, of course, depending on what emotions we have within us by default that's running the show, that's going to very much impact the actions that we take or the actions that we do not take. And that's what drives our results, our outcomes, the reality that we get to live or not. So please, let's remind each other. And right now, I am reminding you, speak life and power into yourself. There will be, I'm speaking about the other episodes already, but that's because the topic of personal growth is just endless. And that's why it makes it so fascinating. So go back to your inner self-talk. Let's speak like this. I'll share a couple of affirmations that's coming to me. So how about the universe has magical things in store for me? How about I have so much bright light to offer this world? I deserve everything my heart desires. I'm becoming the best version of myself. Ooh, and this one. You repeat this mantra for yourself. I am capable of achieving all my dreams. Bam. We could keep on going, but this is the reprogramming. Do not allow yourself to hold thoughts, beliefs, old patterns, mental addictions that isn't in your highest interest. And this is not about being selfish, which is another pattern and limiting belief that many people, most women, hold within themselves. Trust and believe and know that when you follow your bliss, what lights you up, when you stay honest with yourself, that will benefit those you love and those you are here to serve. So as I'm living and leading, everything that I do, we're speaking about, well, do we believe that personal growth, do we believe that spirituality and self-mastery is, sounds interesting, like quite nice to have, or is it a must-have? And I'm here to say that if you say that I want to live and lead as a wildly empowered, embodied woman who respects herself to say yes to her deepest desires, because she knows that's what's best for her also benefits the world as a whole. Since you are here with me, I believe that you agree. And if not, that's completely okay. I'm just speaking my truth here. And can you imagine the power when we tap into our personal power, when we claim our light, when we step into our deserving power, allowing ourselves to dream big and bold and say yes to that thing that lives within our hearts. And I also want to highlight that it's easy to get into the conversation that, this constant striving. What about being content and satisfied and grateful? I'm the first one to say that this is about being massively grateful for where you're at and curious and freaking excited and eager for what's next. This is when we become manifesting queens. We are not, I'll be happy then, or, we're not blaming, or we're not in lack thinking. We are massively grateful for where we're at. We prime our minds into consciously being grateful because we know that gratitude is the ultimate vibration to live in order to be able to actually receive more. So there are many steps when it comes to manifestation. And obviously manifestation is one of the top reasons we are here. We are conscious creators and we have so much creative potential living within us. And, statistics say that 1 out of 100 knows what they truly want. 1 out of 100. When they're being asked the question, what do you truly want? No one can really answer. It's a very big difference from being able to say, for example, if I ask someone, I want freedom, I want financial abundance, and I want to be with my dream man and run a successful business, bam, done. And I'm like, no. Details, be specific. And obviously that's why I pay a lot of attention with my startup sessions with my clients. We go into visioneering. We want to get into the core and heart of the vision, because that's when you really understand the vibration you want to match. Not then, when you get there, but today. And that is the power of really, really stepping into the power of desire. And it starts with you asking yourself the question, what do I truly want? So let's wrap up this session. I'll give you a couple of reflection questions. Okay, let's start with define and get specific. What is your must-have desire? As in, if you would ask yourself, well, can I not do it? That's when you know that's your must-have desire. And second, so what is the vibration of that thing you desire? And to be very honest, do you feel, know, own that you're currently a match to it or not? Here is the work. Here is the transformational work. Here is when I say that it's about unbecoming everything we're not so that we can become who we're here to be. And here's another one. Speaking about creating this masterful blend of feminine and masculine energies. What's your plan to support the manifestation of your desire? Most often when we go to explore the feminine, it's very easy to just, get a little bit lost almost in the flow. And this is a very beautiful place to be. We also need to add the masculine, some kind of plan, a strategy, specifically for you who are in business. And since you are listening to this podcast, I assume that you are, you're a creator, you're a creative leader, a woman who runs her own business, or maybe you have a big dream of starting one. So what's your plan then to carry your manifestation through? It's not like you are the one that's going to do everything by yourself. No, but you need to be able to tell the universe, this is where I'm going. Then you need to align your actions every single day to steps that will support the manifestation of your desire. So it's about you co-creating with the universe. So let me repeat the questions. In short, define, get specific. What is your most desire? 2, what is the vibration of that desire? Are you matched to it? If not, what's the vibe you are going for from now on moving forward? What needs to change? 3, what's your plan to support the manifestation of your desire? Okay, let's wrap this up. And what I'm going to say here is to be continued, ... because this is evolution. And it's something fantastic that happens when we verbalize our biggest dreams. And be damn sure that you're sharing your big dreams with like-minded souls and spirits and sisters. And be open and willing to receive feedback, constructive feedback from people whose advice you actually respect and hold dear. So I would love to hear how this episode resonates with you, what's coming to you when you allow yourself to sit with these questions. I'm always up to connect with you, and I always love to hear your biggest takeaways. So yes, as always, don't be a stranger. Share with me on Instagram, and let's keep the conversation going. Okay, awesome. If you loved this podcast, please go ahead and subscribe. That way you get updates anytime I post a new episode. And if you're feeling extra generous, go ahead and share this with a sister you know needs to hear this message and leave a review. It would mean so much, as I love to envision a world with more feminine embodied leaders. If you're looking to further grow, evolve, and expand your life and business, connect with me on Instagram and sign up for my Rise newsletter. Get ready to receive special announcements, inspiration, high vibe self-empowerment, tips, hacks, and tools on how to become the woman you most want to be right into your inbox. Link in the show notes. Until next time, have a gorgeous week.